Welcome back to Sushimi's house. I'm your loving host, Master Sushimi, joined today by my sweet sister, Ice Ice Bubbie.
Hello.
We are back with some more Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. I almost called it MapleStory because we can't. We just can't.
Wait. It just cuts to us playing MapleStory.
Yeah, just hard cuts to like old school Maple, not even the modern stuff.
The really loud, like, and then you.
I finally figured out how to turn, because there's a separate volume for your login screen and / character select and your actual game. So like I had my game set at a regular volume, but anytime I would launch the game, it would flavor blast me, and I hated it.
That's the thrill of the ride. You gotta let you flavor blast you every time. Actually, I don't even play MapleStory with a lot of sound. Oh, baby. No. Your grandparents are downstairs. Go. Teddy's crying at the door. Yeah.
What is this?
I don't
Why are there
always.
rainbows here?
Why is the music so different?
I think it changes depending on the area you're in.
Yeah. Because usually Jonathan and I are both playing a game at the same time. Sorry. And it's this like polite competition of no, you play your music game. No, you play your music. No, you play you. And then finally, it's
You
just
both
of us
have
playing.
headsets.
I hate playing with my headset on. I feel like my head is getting squished and suffocated, even though they're not that tight.
I was gonna say, you need a more comfortable headset, homie.
Mine is comfy. I'm just sad about it.
Level up.
And there goes our mother.
There
Cursing
goes our mother.
Cursing the little big boy out.
Little
because,
big boy. Do we go 30 HP so that our homegirl doesn't dwarf us, or do we go BP?
I mean,
Bonky
are we
honk.
awaiting a specific badge? I mean, we probably always are.
Yeah, I don't know that we have a specific one lined up, and if we did, I've forgotten it.
Let's just regret it and do HP right now.
Okay.
Fucking hate this. Immediate regret.
Sucks.
This
Sucks,
is the
man.
worst decision ever.
Right, so I was talking about how I got dragged back into MapleStory.
Mm. I've made a mistake, which is being hydrated.
No. Come on, man.
I know.
How could you do this to me?
I will hold off on being.
Thank you.
Okay.
But yeah, so they announced the classic servers. My friend gets really excited, watches a bunch of MapleStory content, goes, I can't wait until October, ? When they may do it. Like people, because they didn't give it a date. Like,
Oh,
this is people just sort of
speculating.
Yeah, exactly. And so he's like, I can't wait until October. I'm gonna start playing. Play with me. And I was like, you know what? Absolutely. God, I thought it was zooming into that bomb. They're so big.
We've been waiting all our lives for someone else to ask us to play.
Honestly, yeah, it's almost always us being like, will you play MapleStory with me? Yeah. Oh.
I see.
You have to hit it that amount of times. Okay. Sorry, I thought it was like, okay, go from lowest to highest.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game has gotten infinitely more complicated than it used to be. You know, Cygnus Knights were sort of the prototype for... What is this alcove? For link skills, right? Because it used to be your character's level, like, divided by 10 was like your level for like Goddess's Blessing or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was up to 120, so you could go up to... Oh. Up to 10 or 12, I think. I don't remember. And it was like a fine buff, but if you were trying to do endgame stuff, it was probably necessary, honestly. Oh wait, let me check in with my girl.
Shouldn't have.
What else is there? Anyway, yeah, now like every character has a Link skill, and some of them are way better than others, and some of them require you to grind the character to level 210 to max out. And you also have what's called a Legion, which basically takes the total level of characters that you have.
Ah.
Okay, we take those. And also lets you basically do like a grid with those characters, and each character type has different shapes. And like, it's so much more. At one point, I was watching a video last night about this, and this person was talking about, yeah, you know, in order to have a bossing mule and like basically an end game bossing mule, it's like I recommend you have at minimum to get started, you know, max nodes on a character on like a main, this much like combat power, and minimum 8,000 Legion level.
Oh god.
Which means having
Enough characters
like 40 characters be level 200 at least.
That's crazy.
Like, it's the Ultra Boots.
Yo.
So yeah, my Evan is level 89.
Nice. Is Evan any more fun to play now than it was?
So much more.
Okay.
Yeah, because Evan used to have something that just made me so mad that I was like, this class is unplayable. Which is you had to get skill books, but some of the skill books were like cash shop bound.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god, that's right.
And I think even if you did get those, I don't know that you got enough skill points to learn everything.
Well, that was a big limitation with old school MapleStory, was that you
kind of had to choose,
yeah, you had to pick and choose which skills, because yeah.
And now it's more like the order of the skills, which feels better to me. Like, you're not missing out on anything. You're kind of on your own determining like what is a priority, what is, you know, going to give me more damage or more utility over other stuff. Here's the problem.
You miss.
That is one of several problems. Okay, I see, never mind. I thought that pipe was against the wall, and so I was just like, I won't be able to get past this bar, and therefore I can't get up there, but like, irrelevant.
Whop. Yeah. One thing I do kind of hate is, I know we're getting a lot into MapleStory, which for a lot of people may not be very relatable, but essentially, because this is how I've explained it to Jonathan, it's like, you know, back in the day, when MapleStory was like early days, it was like your 4 classic classes of like your mage, your archer, your warrior, your rogue. And then, you know, at some point later came pirate, which was like a huge deal. Very cool. You know, you're like gunners, your buccaneers, yada yada. And then after that, we started getting introduced to the, you know, as you played the game, they kind of you know, the big bad is the black mage, and they very often talked about like the 5 heroes, the legendary heroes. And so finally, slowly started.
Originally, it was 4 heroes.
No, originally it was 5, and then it was a 6th one, right? Or is it 4 and then 5?
No, you're right. There's 2 mages.
Yes. So it was the 5 heroes. Spoilers, then they later were like, oh, just kidding, there was a 6th one everyone forgot about. But they started introducing the hero classes.
And then they were like, you're gonna be mad.
Wait, really?
There's not a 7th hero, but they did have help from a 7th person.
Wait, really? Who the hell is this?
The Demon Avenger.
Oh my god.
Or sorry, the Demon Slayer.
Yeah, don't even, anyway.
I think technically those are the same person, but they are just a different class for the same person. We did all that for 1 key, by the way.
That's crazy. Yeah, where's everyone else?
Oh, and
in
Boots.
this?
I mean, Boots. I mean, everybody else is civilians. Nobody else can fight. And this thing is chock-a-block full of enemies for some reason.
Elementary school.
He's 8 3/4.
You're right. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna put him on the front lines.
You're right.
It's a Make-A-Wish.
He'd never survive.
He's got Ligma.
Oh God. God no. Incurable disease. So anyway, so they started introducing the heroes one at a time and letting you play them.
Yeah.
Super dope. You know, like I was obsessed with Iran because Iran was like the one warrior I was willing to play because it had a cool combo system. Great.
Iran also had mobility that a warrior had not had up until that point.
Yes. And then after Iran came out, did Evan come out after Iran? I think it did.
Yes.
Iran
Evan
and then Evan.
immediately followed Iran.
And then Mercedes. I have always been a fan of like rangers, archers kind of deal, you know, like if I pick a class. I mean, actually nowadays I always lean toward healer classes or like monk style classes. But when I was younger, I definitely was more like archer, hunter, rangers, that kind of deal. Great. So came out Mercedes, who also had a buttload of mobility because full disclosure, the original archer class just sucked.
I mean, the original MapleStory just kind of sucked. If you weren't playing a thief, you moved at negative butts per hour.
Yeah.
You were doing jack shit in terms of movement gain.
Yes.
Because you didn't have haste, and you sure as shit didn't have shadow step or whatever the double jump is.
Right.
That now basically everyone class has.
Yeah, every class just has that. Good for them. So Mercedes at one point was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And of course, as more and more classes have come out, the newer classes have gotten like more and more things and gotten better. They've gone backwards and like revamped some of the older classes. Cool, great, and dandy. What they didn't do is go back and fix the fucking story. Like update it at all.
They have.
No, Mercedes' story is still just the original, where they show you and Iran and Evan and no one else.
There is a reason for that.
Okay.
So the well, they fully always kept vague the like next hero, right?
Well, sure, when it back then.
But also there was specifically the thing of like it's 5, it's always 5. Like there's no such thing as the 6th hero. You're on crack for even thinking about that. And then when they introduced the 6th hero, Shade, which is the pirate hero, essentially Shade made a sacrifice that gave up his existence.
I see.
And like when he made that sacrifice, he presumed that it was just like, well, I'm gonna die, and that's it. But what it did was it erased his existence, and so his memory of existing was removed from other people's consciousness.
I see.
Including like a picture of him was erased, I think. And then as the seal on the Black Mage weakened, so too did this like seal on his existence, basically.
I see. No, that one I understand, because that's again the whole point. He was the forgotten 6th hero. That I understood. But like with Mercedes, the next 2 heroes were kept vague because they hadn't even been released. So you'd think now, over a decade later, now that we know there's 6 and 7 and possibly an 8th plus 1 hero, who knows?
Hold on, let's not get crazy.
Like, there's a bunch of heroes, there's all the alliance and this and that and blah, blah, blah. You'd think they would have updated it to reflect that. Like, again, Shade can't really be revealed as you're going through the motions as Mercedes.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like, Mercedes now can make references to...
She can make reference to...
Luminous and Phantom, who were released afterwards.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. This is from our good friend King K.
Yes.
Yo, G-Money, it's me, King K. Your bud from the Glitz Pit. I know you remember me. How you doing? What, you off KOing fools left and right somewhere else?
All the little spiky babies behind us dead.
Yeah, I'm still living large in the minor league, but I'm keeping busy. You know how it is. I gotta thank you again for convincing me to stay. You fired me up good.
You're welcome.
So, are we ever gonna chill again or what? Or are we just gonna meet in the ring? Careful. Next time you front on the King K, I'm gonna be way, 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 way better. The real
I already kicked
King
your
K.
ass, man. But also, Are we ever gonna play MapleStory or what, man?
Yeah, man, come on. There's another class coming out called Sia, like the singer.
Wait, really?
This one has a first and last name. It's Sia Estelle.
Love that.
Yeah, their whole thing is like star magic, like not bringing down stars from the cosmos, like not astrology. No, not horoscopes either. Constellation magic.
Interesting.
Yeah. They also have a unique system for 6th job, but like, good luck getting the fucking 6th job.
Yeah.
We've talked about MapleStory so much, and I did apologize for this last time.
You did. Hey, and you know what, you guys? Let us have this. Okay, next up, Mabinogi. Okay.
Here we go. Here's the lore. God.
It is kind of funny. We definitely played more MapleStory than Mabinogi, and collectively, especially now still, because we're playing it as adults. But Mabinogi is definitely one I feel like I've talked about a lot more.
Well, because Mabinogi's story was pretty engrossing. MapleStory does have a story and has so much story that you end up just holding the interact/NPC button so that you blitz through it.
Oh my god, yeah.
Did I tell you about a trick I learned? So you can rebind your keyboard stuff, right? And that button by default is space. I used to always rebind it to N because that just makes sense to me. I liked it. N for NPC. Some YouTuber, I can't remember exactly who, put out like a beginner tips video and said rebind it to Y. Because when you hit Y on screens where they're like, hey, do you want to take this quest? Y is yes and therefore agree.
Mm-hmm.
And so if your interact/NPC button, which makes NPCs go through their text way faster, also overlaps with that, basically you can blitz through text and auto accept quests.
Okay, good. That's smart. I like that.
Yeah. And when you're making, 40 plus characters,
Yeah.
it's like, well, you kind of want that.
I've seen this story play out a few times, yeah.
Yeah, a few dozen times.
Yeah, no, you're right. Mabinogi, the story, was always a bit more interesting because it's very... I'm trying to think of the word for it. I mean, it's got like... I don't want to say Lord of the Rings vibes because that's way deeper. But like, something like that. I mean, it's like... there's like...
Wait, I don't like that.
What?
I didn't mean to...
Go to sleep.
Yeah, like, I did mean to go to sleep, but I thought we would, like, catnap and then still be on day 2.
No, that was you
Okay.
going to bed for the night.
Okay.
Last time you saved.
Yeah. I think just outside.
Okay.
Like, on the train station. I'm gonna read this email. Oi, Mario, how's your stash? Life on the islands feels great. When sun rises, I wakey, and when it sets, I tuck in for snoozer time. Perfect for a simple bloke like me, right? Every now and then, that louse Flavio stops by and spits out some bit of drivel about treading water instead of seizing life, but I just tune him out. So, you off on another adventure? I think that suits you best. Give Mulligans what for and save your princess. From Papatch.
And then him and I have a fuck about it after we fight. Because, well, that's just our dynamic.
Insane.
You're gonna tell me that they're not doing something.
No, I mean, you're right, but, like, to say it out loud.
Is sinful. Got it. And I miss being Catholic.
Do you?
Kidding. No. Don't at me.
Yeah, like, I don't... We joke about it a lot because we did grow up Catholic. I don't mean to disparage anybody's religion.
Oh, yeah, of course. Like,
But
it's
also, like, please don't talk to me about your religion.
Listen.
Okay. Yeah, we read this already,
We
so...
did that. We did that.
Watch it be like, you can't leave your cabin. It's time for sleep.
It might be. It might be, and that's why it might not. It might have been okay for you to do that, but it's okay. We don't.
I was surprised that it was just like, okay, you go to bed, and now it's morning.
You're going to bed? Okay, who cares? Who give a shit?
Wow. Love that little guy.
So cute!
Little gloves. They're so happy. They're just so thrilled to have a job.
Right? Okay, yes.
It does let me leave.
All right, everybody. I'm gonna wake you. Wake the fuck up.
Knock,
Oh,
knock.
wait, next
Open up
time.
the door. It's real. Oh. Yes, I'm in Sushimi's house.
Wait, finish what you were doing? Sorry, what?
Knock, knock. Open up the door. It's...
Oh, no, come on.
With the non-stop pop-pop and stainless steel.
Yeah.
Next time at Sushimi's house. Later.
Bye.
You gotta know you're in for something special. You gotta feel it in your bones. Oh, you're gonna find what you need all in time. If you're looking for it, na 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 na. If you're looking for it,